Good morning, beautiful ladies. So today we are going to be talking all about mindset. We're going to be talking about mental fitness. I know you guys are so excited to hop in and start talking about nutrition and fitness and all of those things. But before we even branch out into that, we have to go over mental fitness. We have to go over your mindset. We have to go over getting this strong so that way when this journey gets hard, because it's not always going to be easy, life is going to happen, you're prepared and equipped to still continue going when life throws you curveballs. So we're going to be going over everything mindset, and then in the coming days we'll be going over all the other stuff that I know you guys are so anxious to get to. So I want to tell you real quick what this is not going to be. So for so many people, I feel like they set their goals around this scale. They set their goals around wanting to lose weight, wanting to get skinny, things like that. And I will tell you right now, this is not about that. This is about what we're going to be gaining. This is about us gaining strength, us gaining confidence, us gaining joy in the journey, happiness, all of those things. This is not about losing weight. This is not about getting skinny or anything like that. So I just wanted to share that first and foremost because I know it can be really confusing when you set your goals around, okay, I want to lose 25 pounds. That's amazing, but we have to focus on the things that it's going to take to get you to that place so that you can lose those 25 pounds. When I first started, I had 50 pounds of baby weight to lose. I gained a lot of weight with my second pregnancy. And I remember thinking, gosh, I just have to get this baby weight off. But instead of focusing on the huge amount of weight that I had to lose, I started focusing on the daily activities that were going to get me there. The mindset, the place that I had to get to mentally to show up even on the really, really hard days. Now, obviously, the scale is a great indicator as far as whether or not you're losing weight. It's a great tool to have in your tool belt because it's going to gauge, if you've been doing the right things. It helps you to know if you're doing enough of the right things, if you're eating enough of the right foods, if, doing your workouts each and every day, if they are working well with your body and all of those things. So the scale is a great tool to have, but it is not the only tool, and it is not what's going to help you to get to where you're wanting to go. So the scale is not controllable. That's another thing. The scale is not controllable. You can't control whether or not the scale goes up or down. A lot of times, even for myself, when I first started my health and fitness journey after I'd had Paisley, the scale actually went up for a period of about 2 or 3 weeks. And I was so confused. My heart was broken. I was upset because, again, my goal is to lose weight. But what was happening was the workouts I was doing was creating strength, and I was building muscle. And it was frustrating at first, but what happened right after that, which I obviously couldn't foresee, is that I started dropping weight really fast because I had gained enough muscle, and muscle helps you to burn through the fat. It helps you to lose more calories each and every day through your workouts because the stronger you are, the better your body works for you. So I just wanted to share that because I know it can get really confusing sometimes. I know it can be super frustrating when you don't see that scale moving, but that's why this is not about losing anything. This is about what we're going to be gaining during this group. This is about gaining all of the things that are going to help you to truly reach the goals that you've set for yourself. So I don't want weight loss or the scale or any of those things to be your goals. I don't want those to be what you have written out for yourself. What I want it to be is things that are going to help you to find joy in this journey, to help you feel confident, to help you feel good again, to help you to love yourself, to feel good about yourself, and all of those things. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's about gaining all the things that are really, really going to help you get to where you really want to go. Willpower, that's another thing that you're going to have to gain in this journey, and that's a huge one because without the willpower, it's going to be very difficult to show up each and every day and do the hard things because we all know eating right all the time and exercising every day, it's not always an easy thing because life will throw you those curveballs. But if you're in the right mindset and you have the willpower, you will be able to do some hard things that you never knew that you were capable of doing. Sometimes you just have to push past those excuses, and that can be really, really hard to do, and I understand that, but you have to be stronger than your excuses. You have to be willing to show up each and every day and want to change more than you want to stay the same. So just keep that in mind. I know that it can be difficult, but that's what this group is here for. We are here to help each other, to motivate each other, to inspire each other, to help keep each other on track when the going gets tough, because it inevitably will. Last year during one of my challenge groups, obviously Hurricane Harvey hit the area, and so many people I knew were devastated by the event, and it would be really, really easy to kind of just throw in the towel and be like, well, I'm sorry, I have a hurricane going on right now, like my house is damaged, we have family living with us, there's all kinds of craziness going on right now. I could just throw in the towel and be like, I'm sorry, like I can't do this. That would be me falling into my excuses, right? Because you can still always do one of three things, and I'm going to share those things with you guys to help you on this journey, to help you to be successful. And the first thing is you have to have these coping mechanisms for life, right? Because life is going to throw you curveballs. Hurricanes will happen. Your kids will get sick. You will get sick. Sometimes injuries will happen either to you or somebody in your family. There are things that are going to be out of your control. And so my very first rule is to control the controllable. You have to control the things that are within your grasp and ability to control. Now, obviously, if you have an injury and you can't exercise, that is not within your control. But of the 5 basics, you can still control so many other things. One of the things you can control is sharing your day and showing up each and every day. Another thing you can control is drinking water like a boss, right? That's within your control. Just because you're injured doesn't mean that you can't focus on your nutrition and make sure that your nutrition is on point. You have to control the things that are within your grasp. Now, whenever the hurricane hit, my best friend's house was like under 20 inches of water. They literally had to leave their home, and all she was able to take was like her tennis shoes and her laptop and a few personal belongings, and they had to leave. And obviously that's controlling the controllable. She might not be able to find a time to work out, right? She might not be able to connect to some Wi-Fi where she can get access to her workouts. Maybe she is in a place where she doesn't have access to the best food, but she can still control the controllable and do her best with what she has, right? So she took her tennis shoes, she took her laptop so she can still check into the group, she can still drink water like a boss, she can do her workouts when she can find the space to get them done depending on where they're at, and that's exactly what she did. So there's so much that you can still control inside your journey without just throwing in the towel and saying, you know what, I just can't do it. My kid is sick, my kid's been sick for a couple of days, I'm just gonna let my excuses get the best of me, and I am just gonna throw everything away that I've worked so hard for. Or you can say, you know what, my child's sick today, and I'm gonna have to control what I can. I'm gonna move my rest day from yesterday, or from Sunday to today. I'm gonna take my rest day early, and then I'll just do whatever I can. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna focus on my nutrition today because I can control that. Even though they're sick, I can still control as much as possible. I can drink water and I can check in with the group. Now, my workout may not happen because maybe your child's sick and they want you to hold them all day long. I get that, but there's still so much that you can control. So you just have to focus on the things that are within your grasp that you can control. The other thing is granting yourself grace. I had the hardest time with this for so long, but I'll tell you right now, I found so much more joy in the journey when I started granting myself grace and knowing that this is about progress. This is not whatsoever about perfection. It is not about perfection at all. Striving for perfection is like reaching for a unicorn or a rainbow. Like, you know, it's never gonna happen. There's no such thing as perfect, and you have to grant yourself grace in certain situations to know that it will not be perfect, and that's okay. I know right after I had Paisley and I started working out, it was 4 months postpartum, and it was so hard to wake up and work out when I was going on 2 hours of sleep, and I was breastfeeding, and I had so many other things going on. I had just gone back to work, and you know, life was crazy, and it got to the point where I was losing my joy in the journey because I was forcing myself to work out even on the days that I was dead exhausted. And I had to get to the point where I realized it's okay to move your rest day if you have to. It's all about seeing progress and knowing that it's not going to be a perfect journey, and just doing your best every single day. Do your best and forget the rest. That's like one of my biggest mottos. And knowing that every workout's not going to be your best workout, and that's okay too, because even though you're still doing it, you are going through the motions of it, and you are growing from it, and you're instilling the habits that are going to carry you forward. Because once you create a habit with something, something, it makes it so much easier to show up each and every day because it's just ingrained in you. It's what you do. So you have to grant yourself grace and know that there's going to be no such thing as perfection. Like, your kids are going to get sick. Sometimes you're going to have to pull a double at work. Life's going to happen. Hurricanes are going to hit. There's going to be natural disasters, and there's nothing you can do about those external things. You can only control the internal and your reaction to the things that are going to happen. So grant yourself some grace. Know that it's never going to be perfect. Love yourself anyways, and I promise you're going to have so much more joy in the journey than you ever would otherwise. And this whole group is all about sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I know that that can be really hard because we always want to share the good, right? But whenever life happens and there's all kinds of bad and ugly stuff going on, we have a tendency to not want to share that because A, we feel bad about it, or B, we don't want other people to know that we're struggling, because as human beings, a lot of times we like to deal with stuff on our own. But that's not what this group is about. This group is about sharing everything. I'm talking the good, the bad, and everything in between. So I really, really want you guys to grant yourself some grace. No, it's not going to be perfect. I want you to do your best with what you can do with each and every situation, and just know that that's what this group is for, is to share all of the good, the bad, and the ugly, so that way you have a place to go, an outlet to share all of the stuff. Because again, it will be hard at different points. You're gonna have different struggles. Life's gonna throw you curveballs, and that's okay. Like, that happens. And I want you to know that it's totally normal, and we all go through it. So again, control the controllable. Don't enable your excuses. That's another big thing, is a lot of times when we are struggling and going through some bad and ugly times, is we enable our excuses. Oh, well, I'm just going to eat out fast food because I didn't plan ahead and prepare, so I'm just gonna, eat whatever. Or, I'm gonna have a soda today instead of water because I'm really exhausted and I don't have energy. No, you don't have energy because you're not fueling your body with the right nutrients that give your body energy. The answer is not a soda. The answer is going and fueling up with something that's gonna help give you energy. The answer is making sure you're drinking your superfoods every day so that your body is getting everything that it doesn't typically get from your daily diet to help give you the energy so that you're gonna have that fuel for life, right? So don't enable your excuses. Know that everything is figure-outable. Like, if there's a will, there's a way. If my best friend can be living in the back storeroom of her store and still showing up and getting her workout done, and she just had a massive, Category 4 hurricane hit her house, if she can do it, anybody can do it. I literally had an entire other family living with us for 5 months. And I didn't just enable my excuses and say, well, we have people living here, it's really hard to find a place to work out. No, I found a space, even if it was just in my bedroom beside my bed or in my garage. Wherever I had to make it possible, everything is figure-outable, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Progress is progress, no matter how small. So you just have to keep that in mind. And then the last thing that I wanted to share, besides granting yourself grace and just controlling the controllable, is that you have to constantly be focusing on making your next choice your best choice, right? Because we're gonna have lifestyle meals up in here. We are gonna have, what a lot of people consider cheat days. I like to call them lifestyle meals. But you're going to be able to have a mixed drink if you want to. You're going to be able to have, fast food if you really want to, if that's your thing. You're gonna be able to have your froyo. I will be, best believe, having my wine. Like, there are those things that you are still gonna be able to enjoy in your lifestyle meals, and that's part of this plan, because this is not about depriving yourself, because I don't know if you guys know it, but when you don't give your body something that it truly wants, and you do that over and over for a long time, you actually crave it more. So a lot of times you're better off just getting whatever it is that you're wanting, getting it out of the way, and then making your next choice your best choice. So for me, if I'm gonna have my wine in the evening with a meal with my husband, that means my next choice is gonna be my very best choice. I don't care what it is. That could be in the morning when I wake up, first thing, having my superfoods in the morning, having my Sexy Mama shake. Or say we've been out and about and had ice cream in the middle of the day with the kids, my next choice is gonna be my very best choice. So for dinner that night, I'm going to have, some salmon with lots of veggies. I'm gonna plan my next thing to get me right back on track, because a lot of times when people fall off the bandwagon, it's so easy to just throw in the towel and be like, well, forget it. Like, I already ate bad. I had a bad meal, so I'm just going to have a bad day. I'm just going to eat whatever I want to eat for the rest of the day. And that's not the answer, because that's not going to get you to your results. So if you can just remember, make your next choice your best choice, I can promise you it's going to help you in seeing results that much faster, and in knowing that you can still enjoy life. It's a mindset thing. You can still enjoy life without having to give up everything that you love. And in doing that, you're able to just get right back on track. And by making your next choice your best choice, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself too, because you're not going to feel like, you know, you've fallen off and you've failed and you don't know where to go from there. You're just going to make your next choice your best choice. So, and then the last thing I wanted to share with you guys is personal development. Now, for those of you, some of you might already be reading different things. You might be part of Bible studies. You might be part of book clubs, or maybe personal development is completely brand new for you. I just want you to know that there's a lot of options with this. And because this is all about mindset and getting yourself in a really, really good place, mentally, as well as obviously physically and nutritionally as well, because it's all the pieces of the puzzle coming together to help you see success faster. You've got to get your mindset in check as much as you do your nutrition and your fitness, which we'll be going over in the next couple of days. So some suggestions for you guys. There are so many different options. Some of the girls inside my online boot camps, they like to do podcasts. Chalene Johnson and Shaun T both have amazing podcasts, their lifestyle podcasts. They're both really funny. They throw in a lot of real life stuff with nutrition and fitness stuff, with mindset stuff, and just life situations, and I love it. They're both hilarious. So podcasts are really good. Those are a couple of my favorites. I'm going to be sharing in the comments of this with you guys some of my favorite books and podcasts, so don't feel like I'm just throwing you out there in the dark. But there's also, if you're a reader and you love to read a book itself, or maybe you like Kindle, there's so many books that you can get, and I'll suggest some of my favorites. There's everything from you know, just building your confidence with books like You Are a Badass. I love that book. To other ones that are more spiritual based, to other ones that are going to help you. Some people struggle with really having like a good routine in place and having a set system for like making sure that they're getting all of the things done that they need every day and being productive and having that productivity. One of my favorite books for that is The Miracle Morning. That's amazing. There's so many different books based on whatever it is that you're looking for and whatever it is that maybe you personally struggle with. And I'm going to give you guys a bunch of suggestions, like I said in the comments. But if you're a reader, you can do that. Or I don't know if you guys have heard of Audible, but Audible is where you can actually listen to your books, which is amazing. And if you have an Amazon profile, I believe you get it free for a couple of weeks. But Audible is amazing, and you can go onto Amazon and just order your books off of Amazon, and they will go straight to your Audible account, which is really awesome because you can it's linked to your Amazon account. So that's awesome, and I do that all the time. Like, my parents and my in-laws live far away, so whenever I'm traveling or I'm going to be in the car for long periods of time, I'll get Audible books and I'll listen to books while I'm driving. So you can listen to podcasts while you're driving to and from work every day. You can listen to books while you're driving to and from work, or maybe you have like a long commute. Maybe you travel far to go visit family, whatever it may be. You can listen to your books and your podcasts, or you can read them. You get to choose what that's going to look like for you. But I just want you to know that this is a super important piece of the puzzle. 10 minutes a day, that's all I ask. I don't ask you to spend hours. I don't ask you to spend, so much time and effort on this, but this is a very important piece of the puzzle, is doing something that's going to help you personally grow each and every day. And that can be whatever you want that to look like. Maybe you prefer to listen. Maybe you prefer to sit down and read with a book. Whatever that may be for you, I have some girls that sit down and they're like, okay, I read 10 pages, or I listen to one podcast. Again, it can be whatever it is that is going to float your boat and make you happy and help you to personally grow, but just something, anything, to help you grow every day. And I'm going to share that below. So what I really want to know is, what is your plan? What do you plan on reading? How do you plan on fueling your mind, as much as we're going to be fueling your body and getting in the exercise to help you with that as well? But how do you plan on getting your mindset in check? What is it that you are reading or are planning on reading? Do you have any podcasts? Share it in the comments below. Let us know what it is you're going to be doing and what your personal plan is for getting your mindset in check. And be sure to love on each other, right? That's what this is all about. So if you see some other ladies have shared some stuff, like, love on them too. And I hope you guys are excited, because I am so pumped up and so ready to do this. And tomorrow we're going to be diving into the nutrition and fitness stuff. So get excited about about that. I love you guys. I'm so pumped up and excited about this. Let me know if you have any questions. If you do, post them in the comments below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.